Hi, my name is Dixie Fells, and I am a marketing director with the Miliare Group. And I am here to talk to you about our services and how we help families. Now, our mission is that no family is left behind. We want to take strategies that the wealthy do, and we want to show how middle class Americans can do the same thing to make your money work harder and smarter for you. So, a little bit of background on who we are and our vision so that you can see the strength and credibility that we have. Our parent company is Aegon. Aegon is a $1 trillion company that started in the Netherlands over 200 years ago. Now, what they have done is they actually acquired Transamerica and came to the US in the 90s. And when they came to Transamerica, it gave us the opportunity to be able to offer these solutions to those in all 50 states of the US and Canada. Now, the problem that we have here is the best way to look at this is I want you to think about when you go to a shoe store. If you were to go to a Nike shoe store, you would eventually come out with a Nike brand, not necessarily customized for whatever your needs are, but they made you fit into which products they had available. What we wanted to do as World Financial Group is we wanted to have access to a multitude of different companies that we would be able to help you with. So look at us as like a Foot Locker. When you walk into a Foot Locker, you are going to have access to a multiple different brands and styles that's going to fit you custom. So with Aegon acquiring Transamerica, bringing these financial opportunities available to the US, World Financial Group came in, and this is our housing company that allows us to be able to use over 200 A-rated companies. So as we service our clients, we will not work with any company that does not have an A rating. So if they drop their rating, we remove them from our list so that we make sure that we are using the best of the best as we are helping our clients. Now, I want to talk to you about the banking concept. In the banking concept, there's usually two parts to it. There is you and there is the bank. And what is the first thing that we do when we get our checks? We take our money and we put our money in the bank. But the money that's sitting in the bank is not earning any interest. It is not growing. It is not working for you. The bank will give you usually like a 0.001% interest earning. But did you know that when you put your money in the bank is actually taking your money and it is investing and insuring it in third-party companies. And while they do that, they are making anywhere from 6 to 12+% interest and not giving you any kickback on that. They're using third-party companies such as Pac Life, Transamerica, Nationwide. So they are utilizing your money, making interest and not paying you for that interest that they're earning. So my question to you is, what if we could show you how to eliminate the middleman, eliminate the bank making money off of your interest? And what if we can teach you how to leverage your money for you? So my question for you, understanding the banking concept, is would you rather put your money in the bank, or would you rather put your money where the bank puts it? You want to put your money where the bank puts it. And that's what we're here to do, is to help you learn more about this banking concept and do what other companies do to insure and protect your money. Now, there's 3 different rules of money that I want to educate you on so that when you come to your appointment with your agent, you have a little bit of education and knowledge and you are ready to get started on your wealth map and taking your finances to the next level. So there's 3 rules of money. The rule of 72, this just applies on how long will it take for your income to double based off of the different type of financial institutions as to where you have your money at. Now, there's 3 different phases of your money. There's the accumulation phase when we are working. There is the protection phase on how are we going to protect your money during growth. And then the distribution phase, how is your money getting taxed during distribution when you go into retirement? So let's talk about the rule of 72. Most people remember the banking concept. You get paid, you put your money in the bank. That is the 1% here, right? You're only going to make about 1% interest off of anything that you put in the bank. So if you put $10,000 in the bank at age 29, it would not double. It's going to take 72 years for it to double. You'd be 101 before it doubled. Your grandkids would not even be able to see the fruits of that. So then we have the 4% rule. It takes 18 years if you have your money. A lot of CD accounts you can maybe get 4% off of. So if you put your money in a CD account, you can expect it to double every 18 years. But don't we want our money to double faster so that we could use this more fruitful for our goals and our dreams, whether it's prior to retirement or in retirement? So that's when a lot of people will start looking at other options. Possibly they'll look at money markets. Maybe they'll look at whole life where they'll get a fixed interest of around 6%. Now that's going to double every 12 years. Although, what if we could show you options on how you can actually put your money in places where you can get upwards of 12% interest, but also have protection from market loss? So if you have your money in a place where you're making upwards of 12%, you're going to double your money every 6 years. So that same $10,000 that you invest at age 29 would actually be worth 1.2 million at the age of 71. So that beats the 1%, right? So now we're looking at the rule of 72 and the different ways and the different interest rates in regards to how your money can grow. But let's talk about, as your money grows, how is it protected? We have fixed. Fixed is just like your bank account. There's no growth, but it actually is dying. I like to say it's flatlining. It is flatlining because it will not outbeat inflation. So even though you may put $10,000 in the bank, at the end of the year, you do not have $10,000 worth of buying power. So then you also have variable. Variable is like your standard 401ks and your IRAs. A lot of people have the education of put your money in here, set it and forget it, and hope that the market is on an upward turn when you go to retire and not a downward spiral. So I want you to look at this. You have all these peaks and all of these valleys. And when you have your money in a variable, that means as the market grows, so does your money. But when the market loses, you lose your money as well. But it's not just the money that you lose that is a problem. The biggest thing is time. You do not get time back. So I want you to think about this. There's two different parts of this variable. So first, let's say that you start investing and you're doing a 401k or an IRA. You start at 20 years old and your plan is to retire at 67. That means you believe that for 47 years, you're putting money in to create this wealth accumulation for you. Although, if you look at the bigger picture, what happens is on average, about every 6 to 9 years, you can expect that there is going to be a market correction and there's going to be a crash. You can look at history and you can see all the different times that the market has the bottom fallen out and people lose money. Now, what happens here is not only are you losing money when the market drops, but now you are losing time, because how long is it going to take you to make up that money that you lost? Sometimes it can take a year, sometimes it could take 2 years, depending on how great that loss is. So think about this. You are trying to grow money for 47 years, but if there's a market correction about every 6 to 9 years, how many times are you going to lose money having it in a variable account? That can be upwards of 7 times that you lose money when you are trying to accumulate and protect this wealth for your retirement. So if we say the average takes about 2 years to make up that money, and there's 7 market corrections in the time that you're putting this money away, that's 14 years that you have lost. So instead of 47 years of being able to grow money, you minus that 14, and that's really how many years you've been working on getting growth. But I also want you to look at it this way as well. And I'm not saying variable is bad. I'm saying there is a time and place where your income needs to go. Now, for the variable, the time and place, let's say it's a 401k. If your company is matching your contribution, I always suggest to match what your company puts in. It's just like going to lunch with a friend, and if a friend throws a $20 bill on the table and says, you put a 20, you can take 40 home, you're going to do it. That's free money. But if you do not have company contributions, I highly suggest you take a look at different solutions. And that's what your team is here for, is to show you all the different options that are specific and customized for you. Now, think about this in variable as well. I call this IRS math. If you have $500,000 in a retirement account, and let's say that the market, you have a bad year and you lose 50%, where are you left at? You have $250,000. Although people think, well, all I have to do is get another 50% gain and I'll be back to where I started. So let's say it takes them 2 years to get that 50% gain back. The problem is they are still in the hole because they are earning off of a smaller amount. They have 250,000 because of the loss. They gain 50%. They're only going to end up with $375,000. They're not even back to where they were at with that 500,000, and it took them 2 years to get there. So again, there is a time and place when to use variable, and that is what your team is going to help you with. Now there's also indexed, and the best way to look at indexed is your money is pointed to the market to get market-like gains, but it is protected from all market loss. So if you look at the variable and the indexed, the money goes up and the money grows with the market. But when you have money in the variable and the market drops, your money is dropping too. You can see this downward hill. Over here, if you have indexed, it's actually going to lock. And it's going to stay where it's at. And then when the market starts to grow again, your money's going to start picking back up. So you're not going to have a loss of time, and you're also not going to have a loss of money. Now let's talk about, how does your money get taxed? Now that we've gone through the accumulation phase and you learn about all the different ways that your money can grow, how is it going to be taxed when you go into this distribution phase? There's tax now, right? That's your savings accounts, your bank CDs, brokerage accounts. All of that's already been taxed. Then there's a tax later. This is the education that most people have, which is don't pay taxes now. Put it in tax deferred and pay taxes later. The only problem with this is, ask yourself, what is the number one thing that is guaranteed to happen with taxes? Taxes are going to go up. So why would you put money in tax deferred? If you know what the tax is today, why not pay it today instead of making an agreement with the IRS that says, I have no idea what taxes are going to be in 30 years from now when I go to retire, but that's okay. I want to save a little bit of money now. I'll pay taxes later. Taxes are going to be higher, so you're going to be spending more money on that same dollar. So this is like your 401ks, your 403bs, annuities, pension plans, IRAs. But you also have tax advantage. This is another way that money gets taxed. Tax advantage means it could be tax-free. You are contributing to these type of financial accounts with money that's already been taxed. So we're talking about municipal bonds, Roth IRAs. There's also executive bonus plans. I like to say the secrets of the family bank, cash accumulation in an insurance policy. So if I had to ask you, how do you want to grow your money? You want to grow it with something that's getting you 12%, right? You want to grow it index so it's protected from the market, and you want it to be tax advantage, because our goal and our mission is to teach you the power of zero, to teach you how to have tax-free retirement, limit as much taxation as possible. Now, I want you to look at this. When we're talking about money, we need to compare the 5 different financial accounts that most people are used to. The first 3 that most of us have a good understanding about is the bank. Everybody puts their money in the bank, or we might have a 401k or a 403b that the company offers us. And then you have brokerage accounts like your stocks. Although I want you to look at all of these different benefits that come with them. You have X's where those benefits do not apply based off of that financial account. So this can help you try to decide, where do I want to put my money? Where am I going to get the biggest benefit between growth potential, locking in my gains, no risk of market loss, easy access, making it, liquid so that you can get access to it, enhanced legacy, being able to pass it on to your children, living benefits, tax-free distribution, and probate avoidance. Now, when you look at the 3 traditional ones that most people are familiar with, they don't look very good. They have a lot of X's. I know for me, I want to get more green check marks. So then you also have private pension plans, which are FIAs, which are fixed indexed annuities, where you can see here you have a lot more check marks on here that will give you more benefits for your money, make your money working harder and smarter for you. Or you also have indexed universal life accounts where you have check marks on all of it. So as your team, we're going to go through all of this. We're going to do a full financial needs analysis. We're going to look at where are you currently sitting at in life? What are your debts? What are your assets? What are your goals? What do you want to accomplish, whether it's before retirement or after retirement? We're going to take that and we're going to map out your goals, and we're going to find all the green flags as to what are you doing well? What are the yellow flags? Like what shifts, what small shifts can we make in order to make your money work better and more effective for you? And then the red flags, what are the gaps and what are the solutions to fill that gap? We do this by doing a full review of the 6 steps to financial independence. So all of our licensed agents will give you this complimentary financial needs analysis. That's what you will be meeting with them for. And we go over all of these areas. Cash flow. Do you need to earn additional income to reach your goals? You need to manage your expenses. Emergency fund. Help you figuring out what that emergency number is, saving at least 3 to 6 months of all of your expenses in order to prepare for unexpected expenses. And then debt management. What type of debt are you in? What's the best way to get that paid off with still preparing and paying yourself first, right? And so then we go into proper protection. Make sure that there's protection against income loss, protecting all of the family assets, and building wealth. We want to help you strive to outpace inflation and reduce taxes, and also preserving that wealth. Everything that you're creating in this life. We want to help you reduce taxation and build a family legacy so that this can be passed down generations to generations. Now, one of the ways that we really help when it comes to the 6 steps to financial independence is we have a great system to help you create an additional cash flow. And the 4 ways that you can build an income here with us at the Miliare Group, if this is of interest for you. Again, as you're listening to this, you may just be coming in as a client to get your wealth map done, to find better solutions for yourself. But if you become interested in wanting to teach other families and having other families exposed to this education, these are 4 different ways that you can build income with us. So most people in the world, they build personal income. I call it linear income. When you stop working, it quits paying you. You only get it by clocking in and clocking out. So here with the Miliare Group, we call that personal income. All of the families I am able to help, I get paid commissions from the companies. And that's another thing that sets us up differently. These plans that you get, this complimentary plan that you're going to get from your agent, you do not pay a penny for that. We have created contracts with those, like I said, over 200 companies that are A-rated. We have created contracts to where they're the ones that will pay us if we find the right solution for you. So anything that goes out of your pocket goes directly into whatever plans we find most suitable for you. So again, back to personal income. I can make a personal income here for every family that I help with finding the right solution based off what their goals are. But I can also turn that into an agency income. It's just like in realty. You have realty brokers that create a system to where they bring on other agents. They teach those realty agents to go out and sell homes, and they can create these micro agencies. That's the same thing here with Miliare. I can do my own personal work, but I can also bring in other agents that want to spread the news, that want to help families, and they can create their own micro agency as well. It's set up for expansion. Like I said, we're in all 50 states to where these micro agencies can then go out and create their own. On top of that, we have a bonus income that's available here to us at the Miliare Group. Now, what's very interesting about this is there's multiple different ways that you can come in to the Miliare Group if you're looking at, hey, maybe this would be a way to increase my cash flow, become more educated in regards to my money, and introduce other people to it. You do not need skills. We teach that to you. You do need to become licensed, and that is something that we could talk about if this is of interest for you. We won't spend too much time on this one, but I just want you to see what the average earnings are for the agents. So as you know, the financial industry is the highest paying industry, which also means it is the highest regulated. So yes, we go through full licensing, we carry E&O insurance, we make sure that we are credible. But this shows you at a leadership level, if you're brand new into this industry, you don't have to have the skills. Our team has the systems in place to help you come in, no matter what your background is, and be able to spread this information and this education to other people. If you come in, the average earnings for somebody within their first, 0 to 3 years, not having any prior experience, is an average, you can see here, $88,000 a year. Those that have more experience, we're showing that the average earnings are about $315,000 for financial agents. And then if you have even more experience, if you get about 8 to 10 years into your career, there are people that are making an average of $831,000. So this just gives you an idea of the possibilities and the opportunity here. So as you're looking at this, again, you may just be coming in as a client, but also you may be thinking this could be something. So if any of this spoke to you, you learned a little bit from this education, you guys, this is just a little bit of the education that we provide. Every Thursday night, we have free financial literacy. We have a lot of team calls and trainings and community and culture, because our biggest mission is to help more people get their hands on this. So when you're watching this, you will be getting scheduled to set up your personal financial review with your agent. If any of this interests you, I just want you to text them and let them know, I watched the overview video and this is what suits me best. Do you want to be just a referral? You just want to be a client. You love your agent has helped you with through the entire process, showing you the solutions and providing you the education. And maybe you just want to tell your friends and family, hey, I have a great agent that can take care of you. Go over, I know you need to hear this. Get them on our Thursday night calls and connect them with your agent that helped you. That's great. Be a referral partner for us. Help us out. 100% of our business does come from word of mouth. Or maybe two, again, like I said, you become a client, right? You're curious about our client offerings. So you're a client yourself. You get your free wealth map, you get all of your solutions and put solutions in place for your goals. But maybe you want to take it a step forward and you're like, I would love to add another stream of income. I would love for it to be passive. I'm extremely busy. I can't tap into doing this full time. So you could do this part-time as a silent business partner, meaning you would need to get licensed. But then you can introduce people to our team. We have a whole team of certified field trainers that are allowed to run the appointments for clients. What you can do is you can connect them with a team of CFTs. So you have somebody that you would love to get this plan. You want this plan for free for them. You would connect them with an agent that is CFT certified. They will educate and take them through that process, and you would get a 50-50 split off of that. You would be able to share in the revenue process of teaching people about money, or you can come in and say, I want to be full-time. I want to get paid to do exactly what you're doing and help my community at the max level that I can. Business partners, we consider being full-time business partners, where you come in. Not only do you want to introduce people to the education and the strategies, but you want to be able to teach them on your own. We have training that takes you through to get you CFT certified. So all of this we could talk about in more detail on your consultation, but just think about this. Let your agent know which one suits you best. And again, thank you so much for taking time for watching this video before you jump on to connect with your agent to go through your personalized wealth map.